Hi, what's going on, Dreamers? Welcome to another RuneScape 3 video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about some more scam preventions, ways to possibly anti-scam them. I haven't tried the anti-scam yet, but it's really I guess it's kind of risk-free. I mean, just don't actually keep the money that you guys get, and you won't technically be scamming. Give it back to the person that you technically scammed. But we'll get into that here in a minute. First, I want to talk to you guys about a couple things, actually, which I guess is somewhat related to scam prevention, and then one other thing that's not really related to scam prevention, but it was just kind of too short to make a video on itself, so I'm just going to throw it in this video as well. The last one there is kind of like a rant to Jagex, try to fix something that's broken in the Grand Exchange that maybe not a lot of people know about, but maybe some people do know about it. I found it by mistake the other day. When I was doing some more flips, which actually I think I might not include in this video because there's another flipping guide that I'm working on. I'm still doing it myself, so that way I could make some money, because all the other flipping guides, I should say, that I've released, the dragon armor and the summoning pouches and stuff like that. If you guys haven't seen those videos, check back at my channel somewhere. They're in there somewhere. You can watch them, but they don't work anymore currently, because probably people have watched them and used them and whatever, or maybe they just were, they faded out in time or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I know they just don't work anymore, so you guys can't use them. Fortunately, I can't use them, and I got stuck with a lot of pouches. So, joke's on me, I guess. Anyway, so moving on. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is the current scam that's going around. Well, one of the current scams that's going around, which is this guy right here. They come in all different names. Usually they're level 3s, though, and if you try to examine them, they have their private turned on, so that way you can't see them. I guarantee that Santa Hat is not part of what they're actually wearing. I bet it's probably just a lent item. They're not going to risk losing an account over something like that. So anyway, basically what they're trying to do is, let's say you go ahead and trade them. They might not trade me, but if I do trade them and they trade me back, you'll see what I mean by the scam. But I'm blacklisted on their like scam bots, so they won't actually trade me. But anyway, if you do trade them and you give them whatever they're asking for, this one's asking for 5 mil, just like 10 minutes ago it was asking for 10 mil. But if you do give them that money, they never give you anything in return. They just log out and whatever. Or sometimes they do give you something in return, like a thing of flowers or something like that, or a piece of candy or whatever, or just like a random item that's not worth the 10 mil that you gave them, or the 5 mil that you gave them. But there are ways to anti-scam them, which is what I'm going to be getting into right now. Now, full disclaimer here, guys, I don't suggest that you try this, really. I mean, maybe just the best thing to do is just not to interact with them at all. So what you're going to do, and this actually requires a little bit of a setup, but if you have some just like junk level 3 accounts that are just laying around, or doesn't take much to make a level 3 account. This one just happens to be on a members world, but I have seen them on free worlds as well. But if you have a level 3 account, you have an extra bond, whatever, you want to waste it, you can make an account, set the name to be very similar to them, and then just kind of stand underneath them like this, and then just say the same thing they're saying. Or sometimes don't even have to say anything at all. And you just stand there in hopes that someone will actually trade you instead of them. And I mean, you get 10 mil out of the deal, and or 5 mil, or whatever they're asking for. And the point is, guys, like the scam bot doesn't get it, so it's not really hurting anything. You know what I mean? But I mean, you're taking the money away from another player, so that's why I said, make sure you give it back to them. But that sounds really horrible that you're going to be scamming them, but make sure you give the money back to them and say, don't fall for it again. It was, this is what happened, blah, 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 whatever. Don't be an asshole about it. So that's really all I want to talk about with that scam prevention. So Jagex did it again, guys. They released another treasure hunter item that, I guess is a way of making microtransactions. They're making their money in the game, whatever. That's what a lot of people are going to be saying nowadays. Now, I guarantee it, because it happens every time Jagex does something like this. Where they release something like this, where that's going to, draw people into buying more treasure hunter keys and more bonds, whatever, and they're going to make a lot of money off that. Yes, that's true, but also, let's just get over it. We all know it's going to happen. Get over it. Get over yourselves. It's it's going to happen every time a new holiday event comes out. It happened with Christmas. It happened with Halloween. It happens with Easter. It's just going to happen, guys. You don't have to buy the treasure hunter keys. You don't have to buy the bonds. And I know there's people out there that have those like addiction problems that just don't want to do it because they want to gamble. And this is my advice to you. Don't get scammed. That's all you're doing is you're getting yourself scammed, because anytime they release anything that comes out of Treasure Hunter, let me rephrase that. 90% of the time, anything they release out of Treasure Hunter always goes down in price. The first week it's really inflated, and then whatever, and then after that it's pretty, it kind of goes down a little bit. Right now on LEGG or LA.GG, the street price checker for rare items on RuneScape 3, this is going for about 550 mil, and personally that's not going to happen for very much longer. The longer this is out, the more this gets introduced into the game, the less it's going to be that valuable. So if you guys are really interested in getting this, my suggestion is you just wait. I currently have an offer in for it, but right there I just kind of flashed it a little bit. Whatever, 100 mil. It might not buy for that. It might. Who knows? I don't really care if it does or not. It's not that important to me to get that item. Just thought I'd put an offer in for it, see if I can get it. I'm not really all that rich on RuneScape 3, so. But I'm not gonna waste 500 some mil on an item that's probably gonna crash within a few days anyway. So, just make sure you guys are watching out for that, because I guarantee people are gonna try to scam with that as well. Just like the one of my previous videos that I made about scam prevention, the post-Christmas scams, where people are trying to sell tokens and other Christmas items for inflated prices. It happens with this too. It's going to happen with this. I guarantee you're going to see a bunch of people sitting there saying, "Oh, it's selling bank for 300 mil or whatever," and they're going to throw that in there, and it's going to make it look like it's a 600 mil trade, when really it's only a 100 mil trade or something like that. So just be careful, guys, when you're making trades. Make sure you look at the prices of items, and definitely use LA.GG. I will link that down in the description of this video, so that way you guys can, if you've never heard of it, you guys can check it out. It's pretty nice. It does help out a lot with, especially if you're trying to like flip rares, or just make sure you're not getting scammed with rares, and that comes in quite the handy. Comes in handy, I should say, to really help out and make sure you're not going to get yourself scammed, like I just said. But I do believe that's everything. Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about the glitch that's in the Grand Exchange right now. I'll make another video about that a little later. But I'm pretty sure it's somewhat of a common glitch. People probably already know about it. It's not really game breaking, but it can be kind of annoying. It's similar to the glitch where at one point in time, when you used to be able to equip items, you can equip it from your bank. There used to be a thing where that would happen, and instead of equipping it would actually drop the item. It's similar to that, with the Grand Exchange. So you just have to make sure that when you are using the Grand Exchange, you're making sure that nothing is being dropped and everything's going into your inventory like it's supposed to, or in your pouch like it's supposed to. Just keep an eye out for that. I'll explain where the glitch happens in a later video when I release my new spin guide. After I make some more profit on them. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, put a comment down in. That Purple Santa Hat giveaway from last year's Christmas event is still going on. I mean, I'm still waiting for those comments. I'm still waiting for those likes and stuff. So if you guys really do want to win a Purple Santa Hat, just follow that video and watch it and do what it says to do and the rules and everything, which I'll also link that at the end of this video as well, so you guys can go back on that one as well and watch that. And I think that's about everything I want to talk about in this video. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys helped you out a little bit. Don't get scammed. And if you do try to anti-scam some of these scammers, post down the comments, your success and your fails or whatever. But like I said, just don't take money from the people that do actually trade you if you do anti-scam them. Give it back to them. Or don't even accept the trade even. Just whatever, Just don't be an asshole about it. Alright. Thank you guys for watching, like I said. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys are enjoying doing whatever you're doing today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter. Easter's in a couple days, and check out my RuneScape, my Dreambound RSPS video for the Easter guide on that and the Easter event release and stuff. If you guys are interested in watching that or interested in playing it, you guys are more than welcome to. But alright, thank you. Bye.